Hey guys, welcome back. I don't want to take a whole lot of time on this video. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired and I just want to put forward this information so that you guys know what's going on. So, quick recap. A couple years ago, 4 years ago now, 3 years ago, I don't remember. But I decided to build or do my own take on a 12.5 mini recce concept. And the barrel that I used for that was the Triarc Systems Track 2.0 12.5 mid-length barrel. Now, if you followed any of that history, I did a couple video series of my experience with Triarc Systems, talking about an issue I had with the first barrel and my process leading up to the second barrel. So my first barrel, I got a little over 1,000 rounds on the barrel, and after just going through normal cleaning and inspection, I found that the single edge side of the rifling, because this is not traditional rifling, it's single edge polygonal rifling, so it's half polygonal on one side, single edge rifling on the other. That single edge rifling was literally chipping apart. It looked like the top layer of the metal was delaminating on the edges. Contact Triarc Systems. They said, hey, where'd you get it from? Told them I picked it up from Primary Arms. They, I guess, looked it up or whatever in the process, because I sent documentation of everything. I sent pictures of everything and how it looked, whole 9 yards. And they said that they had a bad batch of barrels that had shipped out, and there was an issue with the nitriding. They sent me a new barrel. That barrel was fine. Now, that previous barrel, I had issues getting it to run properly. I had to open up the gas port. Even though the gas port was sized properly, there was something going on with that barrel where I had to add more gas to get it to cycle properly. I did run that again for well over 1,000 rounds, but the single edge rifling was deteriorating. Sent it back. They confirmed it, sent me a new barrel with a different type of nitriding. So the first one was salt bath nitriding. They had dropped the business partner for that, or whoever they were working with for salt bath nitriding, and then switched to a gas nitriding process that was supposed to be even and a better overall process. Well, that barrel lasted me 3,500 rounds, maybe a little bit more, fully suppressed. So the first barrel was all suppressed. The second barrel was fully suppressed. And I started to experience the same issues with that. Started by noticing that some of those groups were really opening up. And then sure enough, when I went through my cleaning and inspection, I found that the delamination, or that degradation on the single edge side of the rifling, was starting to happen with this barrel. Nowhere near the extent of the previous barrel, but it was happening nonetheless. Sent it back. This was back in June. So if you're watching this in the future, June 2024, I sent the barrel back. There was a few email exchanges where they were talking about their head armorer was inspecting it, and they'd get back to me. Full transparency, from like the beginning, I want to say the very end of June to like the very end of July. I don't have the exact date, so I could be off a little bit there. But for almost a month, I could not get a hold of anybody, whether it be calling them, emailing. No, I couldn't get through to anybody, and I couldn't understand why. So it was just a waiting game. I was starting to feel like I was going to lose out on the barrel. At that point, I said, screw it. I'm not leaving this gun down, because I had planned on taking classes, and I picked up my Criterion 12.5 as a replacement. So that time period goes by. Didn't get a hold of anybody. Come August, I finally got a hold of somebody. Well, the end of July, I got a hold of somebody. They said they would have the armor the following day, because the armorer was out, they'd have the armorer contact me, talk to me about what was found, whole 9 yards. Never got that call. A couple weeks went by, 2, maybe 3 weeks went by. I want to say it was about 2 weeks. I called back, said, hey, your gunsmith, your armorer was supposed to call me. Never got a call. And they were like, all right, well, he's on the floor. Let me go get him. Guy gets on the phone. Hey, it's Chris. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It was the owner of the company. I guess he also does a lot of the armor stuff there, the gunsmithing as well. Either way, we had a really, really good conversation. It was, we were on the phone for about an hour, talked about shit with the 82nd and certain drop zones and which ones hurt us the most, so on and so forth. But we talked about the barrels, and the one thing that he made clear was that he had appreciated how in-depth I was with the information, because very often, more often than not, he's dealing with customers who have complaints, but there's nothing there beyond the initial complaint. For instance, having a customer say, hey, this thing's not shooting well. Well, what is it doing? Is it accuracy related? Is it you're having an issue with the gassing? Like, what is it? So it's hard for them to really diagnose an issue when you don't know what the issue is, or enough information to point you in the direction of an issue. Whereas I am very meticulous. I take pictures. I give group sizes, what ammunition I'm shooting, when I shot it. You know, I'll go as far, depending on how much information I think is pertinent, I'll go on telling you what my velocity is for that ammo, you know, and at what elevation I'm shooting, distance, whole 9 yards. I will give you as much information to paint the most vivid and descriptive picture that I can to help you, because at the end of the day, you can only do so much off of my word. But if I can give you all the information, you can diagnose those issues a lot faster. And this all stems from my background as a diesel mechanic for 20 years, and how I've had to detail many things for customers, you know, articulating why you're being quoted this amount for this job, and why, you know, you need a new engine. What did I do? What were my diagnostic steps into determining your engine is shot, you need a new engine, this is why. Articulate and concise. So we were talking about that, and him getting actual feedback from a customer that actually runs this stuff. By the end of that conversation, he said, look, I'm having issues again with these nitriding process, like I guess with the nitrider, whoever was doing the nitriding, and he was looking to pivot from that. Said, hey, a couple years ago, I ran a batch of chrome line barrels. It was a very small batch, and I'm doing another batch, and what I want to do is send you one of these chrome line barrels. I'll send you some ammo with it, a variety of ammo, so that you can test it, give me some feedback, so on and so forth. Sweet. I'll send you a t-shirt too. Cool. I don't need any of that stuff, but I appreciate it. I don't need the ammo either, but I'll take ammo to test it. That's less money I have to dish out, you know, plus it's feedback that he's getting. So I was cool with it, but I wasn't asking for that. All I wanted was to find out what was determined and when I was going to get my next barrel. He was straight up and said, look, those barrels are in the process of being made now, so it's going to be a little bit. As soon as I get word, I'll let you know. That was like mid-August. Month goes by, about mid-September, I reach out. Hey, I'm still waiting on my barrel. Does anybody know what's going on? Chris isn't here. You know, I guess he was on a trip, like work trip or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. But he wasn't in the shop that day. Said, okay, I will have him call back. A little bit goes by, almost another month. Because I have a life too, you know, so I'm not tracking this thing like crazy. The gun is up and running, so there was no rush for the barrel back. I just wanted information and to know what was going on. So mid-October comes around, I call, I sent an email. They said, oh, they're going to be here probably within a week or so. Once I get those, and I was emailing Chris directly, and he said once we get the barrels in, we'll do our quality control checks on them. Once they pass, I will send you one right away. About a week and a half later, it shows up on November 1st. I have the barrel. So this is a Triarc Track 2.0 12.5 mid-length chrome lined barrel. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm actually really excited because for so long I kind of shifted away from chrome lining, and as the processes for chrome lining have been refined, where you're not getting inconsistencies in the coating or in the lining, I'm starting to pivot back to it. Now I have absolutely nothing against nitriding. I really like nitriding, what they offer, but the chrome lining gives me the warm and fuzzies inside now. So as you see, it comes like so. They sent like stickers, and I think there were stickers, and they sent me a really nice hat, which was really cool. No ammo. The ammo was a cent. However, I don't hold that against them. They're not obligated to send me anything beyond the item that I was warrantying. So I have no issues with them forgetting, and that's what it is. The time went by. Chris is a busy man. He most likely forgot. I don't hold that against them. I forget shit all the time. Hell, half the time I got to go through all my kids' names to get to the right one. So I have no issue with him not sending the ammo, but I'm letting you know just because I want to be transparent. Chris is a really nice guy, so don't beat him up over this type of shit. It happens. Nobody's perfect, and he had no obligation to send me anything beyond the item that I was warranting. So I want to make that very clear. I don't hold it against him, and neither should anybody who watches this. So this is the barrel. It comes in a slip pack wrapped in bubble wrap. Again, I got a really nice hat that I really, really like. And that's it. I mean, that was a nice plus, the hat, right? So this is the barrel. So this looks like a nice phosphate coating on the outside like the other ones. But you have your patent number here. I don't know, my lighting isn't the best, but here's the patent number, and then 5561 twist C1, which I'm assuming is representative that it's chrome lined. But it's really nice. The gas port looks very clean like it did last time. I'm not seeing any kind of jagged edges or any type of debris within. And it is dimpled on the bottom, as they all should come. So I like that they do that. Again, you have that NP3 coated, or nickel Teflon, or maybe nickel boron. I can't remember. I think it's nickel Teflon, NP3 coated. The receiver extension. And then obviously it's chrome lined. So let's go ahead and get this bore cam going, and we can see inside. So the crown is actually really nice. I don't know if this is going to come across, but I don't know if you can see that. But here, let me get a really nice crown cut there. I like that. I like that a lot. So we are going to go actually from the chamber side. So let me turn my cam on, video, record, done. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the lugs, the locking lugs first. So these are the locking lugs. Actually, let me see if I could clean that off a little bit. But there's the locking lugs. So I can't wait to get a new camera, a new bore cam. But the locking lugs look really nice, nicely done there, from what I can tell. So very, very nice, very clean. There's typically always some type of maybe some jagged edges or something, but this is actually really, really nice. All right, so that's enough for the lugs. Let's go in and look at that chrome lining. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Looks polished actually, because a lot of chrome lining, like on the Criterion, it had like a grayish. It wasn't like shiny like this. It was gray, like a matte gray. which is not a big deal, but I mean, that's really nice, that chrome lining. So I wonder if they polished this, but that's really, really clean. Here we go. That's where the end of the case stops, and that's your little bit of free bore right there, and that's the start of the lands and grooves. So as you can see, on the left side of the grooves, there is that polygonal side, and then right there on the right side of the groove is the single edge. So that's why it's called single edge polygonal rifling. So polygonal on one side, single edge rifling on the other, and then look at that all the way around. Beautiful chrome lining. That's so clean. So clean. So let's look at this. Let's see if these are concentric. So rifling looks pretty damn concentric to me. There might be a little bit of, this one looks like it might be a little bit longer into the free bore as opposed to this one here, but I can't tell if it's, the other old mirrors were a lot better because I got like a really good angle at it, and these have a slightly reduced angle. And these lines, these circular lines going around in the chrome lining could be throwing that off. They could be all concentric and it's those grooves or those lines throwing it off for me. But I'll know once I get this on a upper and fired. I'll see where those carbon, see, that's barrel's turning on me. I'll see where that carbon is starting to lay and where that copper fouling starts to get laid down, and I can tell if those are concentric. So I'm definitely going to follow up on this video once it's up, because I'm going to do my little series as well on this, like chronicling everything. But let's go down the bore, and man, that rifling is fucking beautiful, man. Rifling is beautiful. The chrome lining is absolutely beautiful. That is really nice. Let me we're gonna go to the end. Well, actually, let's take a look at this gas port. That is done really, really nicely. Very, very clean. Definitely deburred it. That's nice. That's very nice. Moving on. Let's go down. It's clean all the way to the end. Yep. Very, very nice. And then let's see. How does that crown look? I'm not seeing any type of markings or any burrs or anything like that. Rough edges. That is very, very clean. That is very clean. That is a really, really nice chrome lined barrel. And when I get my BCM barrel back, which hopefully they'll replace it, if they do, we'll see how they stack up the BCM chrome lining to wherever they got this chrome lining. They did a fantastic job. Again, I feel like Criterion kind of set the standard for me with their chrome lining and how clean it was, but it doesn't look polished. It looks like it's got a matte gray finish or a matte chrome, where this is a shiny chrome. And there's no oil in this because I cleaned it with some brake clean and then electronics duster. So there's no oil in there. But man, I gotta say, this is really nice. Really nice barrel. Chris was really good to talk to. Really down to earth guy. Like, he didn't talk to you like you were a customer. He just talked to you like you were another man on the street that you were just having a conversation with. He was just really easy to talk to, and he didn't try to bullshit me or anything. So I really appreciate that. I know it was a little bit harsh after the second barrel went down, and that, you know, definitely was out of frustration because that was my first experience where I had a barrel fail twice from the same company. But you know, I can tell talking to him, you know, him telling me what's been going on behind the scenes and what he's trying to do. you know, I I get it. I get it, you know, dealing with that stuff. So I hope that these chrome line barrels become the standard going forward, and he just ditches the nitriding since he's not having the best of luck with it. Just go with the chrome lining and then be done with it. It's probably going to be his best bet. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this mounted now. That the question is, do I build another 12.5 pistol for this barrel, or do I just do a barrel swap on one of my other pistols? Like my son's 12.5, he's got a Roscoe 12.5 that I can swap out with this guy for testing purposes. It's going to be a little bit before I do any testing on this because I still have to acquire the ammo. Ammo's expensive. Funds are definitely tight right now, so it may take some time, and I apologize for that. Unfortunately, I'm just a blue collar worker. I don't make a ton of money, and I don't get things provided to me. The only people that provide anything to me is Liberty Guns and Gear, and that's because one of my best friends owns the company or owns the business, so he provides me things for the sake of the review, but I don't keep anything. And this press review, which you probably will see before this, on the Canik Mete MC9L, that he provided the ammo, the holster, and the firearm for the purposes of the testing, but obviously the gun went back to him with the holster. So, but yeah, this is the Triarc Track 2.0 12.5 mid-length chrome line barrel, and I will be doing a follow-up on this. So if you happen to have one of those, you know, short run chrome lines from a few years ago that they did, let me know how it's been for you. I'm curious about that. But yeah, stick around because I will be following up on this, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks.